Hello everyone. Tonight I figured I would make a short video on cold starts. And this isn't cold starts of my car. You see a lot of those on the internet. And for some reason they're actually kind of fascinating, watching somebody start up an old car, a new car. It's been sitting for a while. Well, anyway, we're not going to do that with cars. We're going to do that with computers tonight. So we'll do each member of the collection, including the red-headed stepchild of the collection, the Apple II. And then we have the 1000SX, the Color Computer 3, the Model 4, which we'll do twice because there's Model 3 mode and Model 4 mode. Model 16 we'll do twice because there's Model 2 mode and Model 16 mode, or 6000 mode. And then the 4825 and the Model 100, which I don't think I've featured in any videos before. But anyway, let's start with the red-headed stepchild instead of start up the Apple II. Got a power button and switches in the back here. The lack of floppy drive sounds is because the floppy EMU or MU does not actually make any noise, but this is just a DOS 3.3 disk where I wrote a hello program that welcomes you to my Apple II. So, welcome to my Apple II. And that's it. All right, let's move on to the Tandy 1000. Okay. Up comes the CM11. Now this Tandy 1000 will boot straight into Deskmate 3. Yes, I know that's not its factory configuration. I love that beep. Now there is a compact flash, an IDE, 8-bit IDE adapter in here, so the startup looks a little different. Gets overlaid by the card, but it still boots from the CF card. As I mentioned, Deskmate will boot. It's going to take it a little bit because Deskmate tries to look at how much free space is on the disk, and it's a pretty big compact flash card, and it takes a while to roll through a couple of hundred megs of free space on an old machine like this. There she goes. As you can see, the smartwatch is in there, but the battery is dead, so I need to fix that. Get one of those Dallas semiconductor replacements. But anyway, that's the Tandy 1000, so let's bail from that. And we can shut off the monitor and shut off the machine. Next here is the Coco 3. I already have the multi-pack interface attached. Normally I leave these separated. I don't really want to put that kind of stress on the expansion connector on the color computer all the time. But anyway, start up the multi-pack interface, floppy drive, CM8, and color computer. And there it is, the Coco 3. And just for the sake of doing this, I will do the cold start routine on the machine. That's Control, Alt, and Reset. And we'll get the three Muggeteers, as they were commonly called. Those are three Microware employees. Microware Systems did the extensions to Microsoft Extended Basic because I guess Microsoft didn't feel like it at that point, so Tandy hired Microware to do it, to do all the additional features of the Coco 3. They were given an 8K ROM budget and apparently used about 2K, or so the story goes. So they filled the rest of it with this picture. Tandy was not thrilled about this, as it goes, as it's been relayed. And in fact, if it wasn't for the fact that they wanted to get these machines out for the Christmas season in late 1986, they probably would have just replaced an 8K part with a 2K part to, quote, save a nickel. So they didn't. The picture remains, and it was often found up in Radio Shack stores all over the place where Color Computer 3s were. That's the Coco 3. So let's shut her down. Okay, the Model 4 we're going to do twice here. Now, we're not going to start with the floppy drives or a floppy emulator. I'm going to use Fred here, which is a ST506 hard drive emulator. A very good one, too. Even has a replacement ROM. The C-ROM has been replaced by a custom ROM that allows you to boot straight from Fred. So that is very cool. Modern technology on an old TRS-80. Here we go. And Fred will boot to its boot menu. So we'll do ls-dos. ls-dos is, well, essentially what was tris-dos. Tris-dos 6.0, 6.1, 6.2 were done by Logical Systems, and LS-DOS was 6.3 and beyond was the follow-on to that. TRS-DOS 6.2 wouldn't take dates beyond 1987, so you got 6.3 for that. But anyway, and LS-DOS was a follow-on to LDOS on Model 3 mode, which I will show you now. And just for the sake of cold starting it, I will shut this off, give it a few seconds. Okay, here it comes. And we'll do LDOS. Now you'll notice the characters are a little bigger. In Model 4 mode, that was 80 by 24, 4 megahertz. Model 3 mode, this is 64 by 16 display, 2 megahertz. So this can run all Model 3 software. That's the 4. On to the 16. All right, so let's fire up the hard drive. I mentioned I'm going to do this twice. I'm going to do the floppy first. The floppy emulator is connected, and I don't think you can see it, but there is a TRS-DOS 425 disk mounted in there. That beep means the hard drive is ready. Now to get it to boot from floppy control, I'm going to have to hold repeat and press break when the screen lights out, so I will do that. And apparently I missed it. There it goes. I'll run that again to do Xenix, but that's unfortunate. Either way, here this goes. It would be booting off these 8-inch floppy drives if they were connected, but we're booting off the emulator. And there we are. Now, since this one wants the date, I'll just type something in. Actually, we'll just type in the actual date. And there we go, TRS-DOS ready. So now I will power it off, and we'll give it a second. And then I will let it boot from the hard drive this time, like it attempted to do last time. Okay, on she goes. And we will I will just push F1, let it take the time from like before. You can hit enter and it will say Xenix, but then I can type in the tape and the time. And we'll just let it go. You see automatic reboot in progress. This will be the longest of the group. There we are. And we'll just shut it back down. Welcome to Xenix. Now go home. TRS-80 control system halted. Okay, drive off, computer off. Now for the Tandy 4825. Now if you've seen my previous videos on this, you know I have Boot Manager installed and I can choose the operating system. For the sake of simplicity, to make it more period-like as it would be in a home, I've changed it to just make MS-DOS the active partition, so it'll boot straight to that. And I'll let the memory test go. do Windows 3.1. If you heard me complain about not having ta-da.wave in my previous videos, well, I took care of that. So let's just Alt-F4, space, and we're done. That's that. Off she goes. And finally, probably the fastest of them all, the Model 100. Here it goes. Power switch on the side. We'll just flip that on. And we're in. That's it. That's the Model 100. Off she goes. All right, so those are my cold starts and my shutdowns for each of the computers in the collection. Thanks for watching. Until next time, have a great day.